This is Stu from HerShootForHappiness.com. Putting this video together, my first, I hope, of many videos that will give you an insight into how to style and look after your facial hair. As you can see, mine's in a bit of a state right now. Just got out of the shower and wanted to show you how I can style my handlebar without relying too much on wax. An additional video will come out after to show you how to apply wax in the best way, but for me this is how to achieve a good natural look without relying too much on heavy styling. The key is we need very wet hair, very wet moustache hair, so should be dripping wet. We're going to be using the hairdryer to achieve this look. Now, very important that your hairdryer has a low heat setting. If it's too high, it's going to burn the hairs and cause real damage. On a low heat setting, it's absolutely fine. I've been doing this for well over a year now. The hold will last all day, unless it's raining, but then stay out of the rain, you'll be fine. So, just going to use my Kent moustache comb here, just to part the middle. Okay, once we've done that, just going to roll the hairs out from under my lip, just a little tuck and roll here and pull down to the sides. Now, depending on what look you're going for, you really need to think about the angle that you're going to pull the hairs out. So if you want a tight curl, I'd actually suggest you aim to pull high up when you're drying the hairs, like this. If you're going for the English style or more straight out style, I tend to aim more down here into the jawline. Another little trick I'll do to help the hair stand away from the face is just puff the cheek out. Okay, something I picked up on YouTube from someone else. But we'll go into the hairdryer now. So I'm just going to grab it and off we go. So remember, medium setting on the heat.
Right, yeah, we're just going to go into this now. Now obviously I can't talk to you while the hairdryer is going, so I'm going to try and cobble this together now, hoping that it's sounding okay. So this side we're going for a flatter finish, so I'm just pulling the hair out in a slightly downwards sweep, and see they're using the angle of the hairdryer that runs along the face rather than directly into the face at 90 degrees, because that ends up pushing the hair up all over the place. So you kind of want the hair to be forming its shape and laying where you want it to lay as you go. Just be mindful that if you've got any wayward hairs, you kind of got to catch them before they start to set. So the constant movement of your hands and the hairdryer will actually help that. Try not to focus on one side at a time. Go backwards and forwards, allow the hair to recover from the application of the heat, though of course you won't be using it too hot because you've been listening to what I've been saying. Right, so this little curl we're doing here, if you want a really tight curl, I'd suggest going for just one finger. And if you want a much larger, more pulled out curl, I'll often go for 3 fingers, wrap it around. Just see ever so slowly teasing the hair out, and the hairdryer follows through. Again, always pinching the hairs out from your lip as you go. Now obviously if your moustache isn't as big as mine, some of these techniques may not be what you're practicing right now. But if you're trying to grow a bigger moustache, or even if you want your hairs to comply, or dusty hairdryer, I'll clean that tomorrow, what you really need to do is start to train the hairs now, because when they're short they're stubborn, but as they get longer they'll become more compliant. The cheek puff, really key there. If you experience something called corkscrewing, which is where your curls pitch forward or pitch back, or you've got one side wonky, that really helps, because both sides of your face are the same when you puff your cheek out, so it starts things off nicely. This technique here, just blowing up and under as if you're directing hair up towards your nose, will start the shape off nicely. If you've got a shorter moustache, it will begin to form your curls at the sides. So really just blow the hairs up at the end there, and that will start to pinch your moustache off and get it looking nice and spectacular.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. Gone for more of a curled upward style on this side. Hopefully you can see that. a slightly straighter look on this side, which I admit is going to look a bit daft, but just so you can see. You kind of want to chase the hairs down with it, the aim of the hairdryer. So the heat is going to blow the water off your moustache, but also as it's doing that, the hairs are going to want to sit that way. They'll stay that way all day. Again, same on this side. Puffing the cheek out stops your hair turning in. It also creates a minimal curl, the start of the curl here, rather than focusing on the curl just at the end. So I've got one stubborn hair, I think that's a hair on its way out actually, but we won't look at that one. And then just blow drying up under here, tucks these hairs up out your mouth, and that's pretty much it, it's done. So if you're going on to wax your moustache, if you feel you need to, that will come up in the second part of the video, but this is the bedrock, the foundation to achieving a really solid look with your moustache without too much effort. What I tend to do now is use my Wonder Cream, a little bit of lanolin here. I'm actually working on something at the moment for my own use. More details on that to follow on the blog. If you want to keep up to date, I suggest you go to hersuitforhappiness.com. The link will be in the video somewhere, if I can work that out. And subscribe, or follow me on Facebook or Instagram. You can try Twitter, but I don't really use it. So we go. So the lanolin is in, the hair is well protected and soft. One style moustache. So hopefully see you for part 2 when we tackle the wax. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you come back soon.